I would say right off her name was Dr. Iris Argo. She was my 7th and 8th grade English teacher, and she loved literature, and the whole class, most of us would just, our mouths were open the whole time she was talking. And I can remember one thing that was funny to me, because I was in high school, I was quite slender, and I was boy crazy and all that, and so we had to pretend that we were someone else and write a paper. And I pretended that I was lived in Harlem, that I was a black person who lived in Harlem. Now, I had never been to New York, so I guess my information was from reading books. But I did put myself in, imagine how that would be, and so I wrote it. And I'll always remember her note to me on my paper. I did make an A. And she said, "You present such a perfect picture of frivolity. I'm amazed at your depth of thought." So that really, it didn't hurt my feelings. It kind of spurred me on. She exuded such love for literature, and she made it, as we say, come alive. Her method was very democratic, and she wanted excellence too. She wanted us to learn to write well and to understand what she said, and she was sort of a perfect balance between what shall I say, form and creativity. So that's one of the reasons that she was so interesting. And I also had one college teacher who put on one of my papers, he said, you should think about publishing something, which I had never thought about before, and I did publish something, and it was written up in the Cambridge Journal, also the Journal of Oriental and African Studies, and the library, American Library System has recommended it in their scholarly books division for all ages, all levels. Sometimes we tend to be highly technical, which is fine, but in my classes, of course, the PR people, the literature people, the arts people are just snap, 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 let's get, they're right in there. But I've learned that my accounting students, my engineering students, and most of all my science, biology students haven't written papers like I described before, in which they are creating the thesis, and then they're backing up with points and quotations, because by the time they get in my class, they're usually writing lab reports and that kind of thing. So they come in a little shaky, but I hopefully reassure them on the first day that we're gonna sit down and have fun creating a thesis, and then I have them come a second time to let me see what the rough draft, and then we talk about that, and then they take it home and do it. So hopefully for them, it's frightening, and by the same way, Mrs. Argo, or Dr. Argo, may help me feel comfortable in that genre. but obviously that genre is a natural for me. I mean, please don't give me any math or biology or engineering. I would just scream. I really think I would pass out. So I try to remember that when they come in the room. One, I just have this inner pride that, and I want my students to feel that inner pride too. So just to do well.